Hey YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Roman, and yes, we are back with another For the Culture news report where I give my commentary on everything I find interesting in celebrity news. So without further ado, let's get into it. So before we begin, I want to send my prayers and my condolences to the family of award-winning songwriter Andrea Martin. Now, Andrea Martin has been known for writing hits for Toni Braxton, SWV, Monica, Angie Stone, In Vogue, and various other artists. And so she passed away at 49. The news came in a statement released by her family. Dear family and friends, it is with a heavy heart we inform you of the passing of our beautiful Andrea Martin, also known as Annie. Andrea will always be remembered for her passion and dedication to her family and friends. Her impact will continue to be felt and heard for a lifetime. Forever a legend. And so it's really sad to hear of this news, and it's really unfortunate, but it reminded me to mention that a couple of weeks ago, Andrea Martin was on an ASCAP panel, and she discussed some of her earlier learning lessons in her career, especially doing demos. And out of this session, we learned that her voice is the actual voice we hear on Robin S.'s song, Show Me Love. Take a look at this.
You know, for example, like I used to demo a lot of records, and there was a club beat that came on, and two guys were like, "Oh, here's some lyrics." You know, at the time I was getting paid $150 as a demo, and you know, he said to me, "Oh, if you put this demo down, and I don't have a melody, but if you make these lyrics work, I'll give you $300." So I was like, "300? Okay, focus."
Right.
Right. So the beat came on, and I'm sitting there, you know, you don't know what you're writing. He's like, and I'm like, okay, it's too much lyrics here. Heartbreak promises. I have more than my share. Oh yeah. You know what I get? So then it was like, give me one big note in the front. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I wake up one day. Right. The $300, this was the check.
Right. Wow.
And my sister called me and she go, "You on the radio?" So I'm like, "No, I can't be on the radio." I was telling her, "Oh," and then you know your tags.
Right.
My tag was, "Oh yeah." Oh yeah. So I thought I was cool. It was like Michael Jackson was like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna do that in every demo. So you wake up, it's a hit, you don't realize that you wrote a little bit of it, you don't have anybody that came in that was a witness, and that.
I want to send, again, my condolences to her family, her friends, her fans. She was an amazing artist. I just recently played one of her songs on one of my videos on my YouTube channel, if you didn't get a chance to look at that. But I definitely want to send that out to her family, and let me know what you think about Andrea Martin and her catalog, and what do you think about her actually having her voice, her demo voice, to be the actual record that we hear when we hear Show Me Love. So let's get into this foolery. So reported by the Jasmine brand, Trick, Daddy and Trina have been pulled from their morning show from 99 Jams in Miami, Florida. And so a lot of people are speculating that because of the fact that Trick Daddy was on Clubhouse saying that Beyonce couldn't sing, that it's the mob, they came after him and they pulled him from the show. But I want people to also understand that Trina is just as provocative as Trick Daddy. I don't know if you guys remember, but she was the one when all the rioting was going on with George Floyd. She was telling everybody, she went on the show and said, "Keep everybody off the streets. These animals off the streets that are running around in Miami-Dade County acting like they have escaped from a zoo." Lock them up at 5 p.m. so the streets can be nice and clean. That's how I feel. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of different reasons why they may have been pulled from the air. Um, but I do think Trick Daddy, his whatever he did in that nightclub, the Miami nightclub, the altercation he got in, I think behavior like that is a risk when you're an asset for a live show. Like when a show has to be produced every single day and you do stuff like that in your real life, you become a liability, you know, for the livelihood of that show and the many miles it feeds. So I think Trick Daddy is a huge risk. And I think that they weren't generating enough attention and traction that they thought they could get. Like they can probably get somebody that's probably a D-list celebrity, a lot less famous than Trick Daddy and Trina, and do extremely well, just spinning records and having you know, a better kind of chemistry. So I don't think they, you know, I don't think the radio station lost anything. Now it's funny because Trina goes to her Instagram and sends these subliminal cryptic messages. So the first one she says, please don't text me or call me if it's not about leveling up and making a shift towards greatness. And then the second one, she says, sometimes you got to leave your friends behind. They are stuck in a place of going nowhere. That's not the energy I need around me. Stay away respectfully. And then she posts this other message about a lot can happen in a year. And so it sounds to me like this pulling them from the air was due to something that Trick Daddy did. And because he got pulled from the air, they pulled them both from the air, both of their shows. I don't think Trina had enough favor to just stand by herself. And so now she's now realizing that in order for her to pick up the pieces and move on, she probably has to cut ties either with Trick Daddy, her management, the people at the radio station. But I always was wondering, like, Trina, why is your brand, I know he helped you spark your career, but Trina, why is your brand so heavily associated with Trick Daddy? Like, you're the bad bitch. You're a baddest bitch. Trick Daddy is, I don't get it. So I'm glad that this was the lesson that you needed to wake up and move the fuck on. You don't need Trick Daddy. You should be on Love and Hip Hop Miami without him. The fact that he followed your ass there was like, okay, you need to do some shit by yourself. Move to another coastline. If he's in Miami, move to LA. Go and figure some else shit out. But it's getting too old. It's getting enough with the whole pimps and hoes look that y'all got going on. You know, Trick, I always thought it was like, he's the trick, she, you know, but it's too much. He doesn't look the part, nor can he play the part. You look the part, but I don't want you playing the part. So, yeah, Trina, in 2022, Trina needs to be stepping her bags up all the way. So, and you drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about that. Cardi B is in Paris for Fashion Week, and I just caught this one little glimpse of Cardi B, and I got to say she is looking really, really good. So check this out. Drop in the comments. Let me know what you think. But go ahead, Cardi. I see you after you done dropped the baby. You out here on the scene now. I want to know what the music sounds like. Like, I love the fashions. I love your look. I love your visuals always. But what you giving me now? What you giving me now? Y'all check it out and let me know what you think. Rick Ross has been ordered to pay $11,000 a month for his 3 kids that he has with Rihanna Singleton. Let's talk about this. So, Rick Ross, who owns Wingstop, and he just recently gave a Wingstop to his 16-year-old son, celebrated on Instagram, which he has 2 other kids by other women, but these 3 kids in particular with Brianna Singleton, he's been ordered to pay $11,000 a month. Now, what I find interesting is that it was revealed that he makes $588,000 a month. That's a nice amount of money. And I calculated it was like for a year he makes about 7.2 or $3 million. And so, do you know that the $11,000 that he will be paying for his kids each month is only about 1.5% of his entire monthly income? I assume that they had a higher ratio than that. That took me back that he would even do that. So I'm assuming that there's some other arrangements at play here. He's doing something else that they don't know about in the court, but the fact that it had to get this far for him to do something or cough up some money is crazy. Now, allegedly, she only makes $142 a month. And so I just want to know like if he wasn't rich or famous, what would you be doing? Would you have a regular job, or was this the bag? Like, because even $142 a month for a single man is not enough. I that so I'm just trying to think like a single woman with 3 kids. That like wow. He's also been ordered to pay her $25,000 attorney fees, as well as $7,560 each month for kids' health insurance, as well as extracurricular activities. So it brings the total up to just under $20,000 a month he'll be paying in child support costs. He's also been ordered to pay $3,000 annually for each child. I don't know how they'll split those payments up, but that'll also bring the cost, roughly around 20, 21, 22. So this all leads me to believe that this rapper's money is drying up. It's so interesting because he recently did he recently talked to Ford. He says, when I bought the Fayetteville estate, locals would see me walk out of a restaurant and scream, "You know, Holyfield spent $1 million a year to cut the grass." So I decided that I was going to cut my own grass, and that's what I did. I went down to John Deere and asked them to see the biggest tractor, the most efficient tractor. I told them I had 200 plus acres that I wanted to keep cut, and they pointed out the right tractor. I may have sat in the same spot for 2 hours before I got everything working, but once I got it going, I didn't stop. I cut grass for about 5 hours. And so it goes to show you, that rap money, if you don't play your game right, if you don't play your cards right and you don't invest, it can slow up. So I see and understand why Rick Ross has been making the moves he has been making in the industry, buying the food franchises, because his music really isn't been selling like it used to. And a lot of his artists haven't been performing the way they normally would be. So I think, yeah, this is a sign. I don't think this is going to be the first one where we start hearing about child support and getting it lowered, or we already been hearing a lot of these out here now. So I'll stay tuned to see this. I think I want to start a child support series where we start talking about how all of these folks are slowly but surely slipping down. So you let me know what you think. Oh Boosie, I'm starting to really, really grow like this sort of like interest in Boosie outside of his music. So Boosie recently dropped his I want to say it's his documentary, his life documentary called My Struggle. And he went on to promote it on Twitter and on Instagram. And he went on Instagram to ask Drake if Drake could help promote it to Canada, help put it in the six, help to, get extra promotion. And apparently Instagram shut his account down. So Boosie felt some kind of way about it. He went to Twitter and of course he went off. Um, my thing is that I think that the move. I don't think that they were shutting you down about promoting Drake. I think they were shutting you down about the movie. I think they may have found the movie to be a little offensive. So I went and actually paid the 19.99 to watch My Struggle, the movie, and I found it to be very, very interesting. Now I didn't know a lot of his history, and sometimes I look at these documentaries when they're self-made, not made by like a media, a large organization that does the research. I tend to look at it with a third eye because I feel like sometimes you're putting in moments that make you look better, or you're softening some of your most toughest and volatile moments. So, but one moment in particular that stuck out to me was the scene he had with these gay guys, and I thought it to be so extremely interesting. And so, check this out.
So mad. Girl, he always be looking mad and angry and mean and shit, girl. He look like he did everything the people say he had did, girl.
I ain't saying shit to Boosie Badass.
All the motherfucking niggas over there, they all be crowding around him and shit.
Looking like they want to get fucked. Not me. They should not be trying to fuck me.
And I know they ain't fucking me, bitch, because I'm bougie and classy, ho.
All right.
Yeah, so, give me to
And then in the credits of the movie, he has them labeled as homosexual 1, Jay Cooper, homosexual 2, Messy C. And so it's like, for those reasons and stuff like that, I think that's more of the reason why IG decided to not allow you to use their platform to promote your movie and your film. Yeah, it sucks. And Boosie is trying to trying to promote it. But Boosie, listen, people want to support you, but you make it so hard when the way you express yourself hurts other people. You know, you expressing the way you feel, you communicating the way you feel shouldn't hurt or diminish someone else or the way they feel. And that's what I think you're missing in the message. It's not about people who don't like the fact that you think that there's a gay agenda. That's perfectly fine. You're not the first or the last person to say it. It's just the way you express it hurts other people, and those hurt people band together to go against you. Like, I'm not hurt by what you said. You know, it's your opinion. I know how to separate the two. But I just think looking from the outside in, that's basically what you're dealing with. You're dealing with the backlash of a lot of things that you said and done when you had access to those platforms. So I did support you, Boosie. I am a gay black man. I don't be in the parks, sucking dick and doing all that stuff that you guys say. So I just want to be that example to show you that there are different kinds of, people out here. And if you just, be open and allow yourself to be respectful. It's the difference between being real and being like real respectful. And so you come off real, a little too real. And some people don't see the respect in it. So just add some respect and you'll get some favor. But y'all check out his biopic. It's on his website, on Twitter. That's all the promotion he's gonna get from me. Yeah. And drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about the scene and him getting his IG shut down. And what do you think about the comment, the credits, the way in which he did the credits? So the Fugees recently performed at the Global Citizen Live event last Wednesday. And of course they were 3 hours late. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, why is anyone surprised? Like, if you didn't come with a game loaded on your phone, popcorn, snacks in your bag, you knew you was gonna be waiting. You know it's a stunt. You know every show. And they blamed it on delays with a sound check performance, which pushed it back, which pushed the doors back. Ended up, they started performing around 10 o'clock. Now, the venue was supposed to close at 10, but they ended up allowing them to perform for 57 minutes. But out of that, we're getting a tour. And so the actual performance was supposed to be a preview of what the tour is going to be. And I'm so excited for this. They said that this is something Lauryn Hill was more so excited to do, and she was saying that it was something for hip hop. Like, this is the time, this is now when they need to do it. And another good thing that I saw was that apparently they had been rehearsing together in the studio, not making any new music, but preparing to perform. And that brought back a lot of synergy, a lot of great energy amongst the group. And so at that point they decided that it's we should do a tour. So it kicks off in November. I'm excited. The only thing I'm really, really worried about is that her 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 attendance, like performing, showing up on time. Just simply in the world of digital social media, things travel so quickly and stories can get turned so quickly. And I think Lauryn Hill is one of those people that energy feeds her. And so I think that's going to be an issue. So for me, I'm like, why not? If we know the crowd expects Lauryn Hill to be late and we're willing to wait that late, why not have a concert that starts at 12 o'clock at night? So we can be lining up at 10 at night, you know what I mean? Versus 6 in the afternoon for a show you ain't coming out until 1. I just think we need to start thinking about things a little bit around both the artists and the fans. And number two, Lauryn Hill, I don't know if you all have ever saw Lauryn Hill perform before. I have. And I don't know if you caught the way she does her rendition of her older songs, but Lauren, baby, honey, sweetheart, I want the songs the way you written them. I don't want no fast beat put over a slow song. I don't want, because what she's trying to do is not perform a song so that somebody else can get the credit. Like they gotta pay somebody else for performing that song that she doesn't own the copyright to. So I get it, but that's what we want to hear. I remember when, I don't know what song she was, the Drake song. And she went to perform that. She sped it up and she did all these different renditions of it, and it was like, no, I want to hear Lauren. I want to hear you. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's something that I would want to go and see. I hope it's not during the same time. Um, Will Smith is doing his book tour for his new book, and he has a book signing coming in Chicago. So I hope we can all, I hope you have some dates around that so I can just make it all a big, nice, cute trip, see Lauren and go see Will Smith at the same time. So you drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about the refugees coming together for this tour, the 25th anniversary tour. So Ashanti revealed on the Tamron Hall show that has regained control of her own master. She credited her legal team, a great legal team. They've worked very, very hard over, I think, a couple of years now to get her control of her masters. So she will be going back to the studio to re-record her debut album. I'm very excited for this. I'm excited on a number of fronts. I'm excited for the fact that she's a Black woman who figured out the system enough to get control of her own shit. That's what I'm excited about. Us Black men, we're able to get into some shit and figure that out. But as a Black woman, you always gotta have that 2-step behind lag. She did it, and so kudos to you. And I hope other females follow in the roles of you. And then secondly, she gets the revenue. She gets the the word ain't coming to my brain right now, but she's getting the profits and proceeds of all her songs being played over and over, and the ability to re-record that #1 album and now allow it to make more money in the streaming world. When she first came out, it was a whole different world. It was albums. They were purchasing physical copies at Walmart and Target. Now with the streaming world, there's so many different ways to make more money and build even a bigger fan base. Just look at Aaliyah and when she dropped her album on streaming basis. So shout out to Ashanti for this, and I think it's extremely good news. So last week, DJ Mustard posted a list of his studio rules, and a lot of people on social media went crazy because even I went crazy. I'm thinking like, yeah, okay, so let's get into these rules. So he posted this set of rules, and basically, I guess if you come to the studio to perform, you're supposed to follow them. So rule number 1 was, do not come in my studio if you ugly. Rule number 2, if you did not hit the gym today, go the fuck home. Rule number 3, do not come in my room to just look at what the fuck I'm doing. Contribute or leave. Rule number 4, no negative Nancy bitch shit. Rule number 5, be happy to even breathe the same air as a Grammy Award winning 100 million record selling nigga like me. 6, high vibes only, no negative. 7, I have no sympathy for lazy niggas. 8, do me another favor, don't do me no fucking favors. 9, no small talk, my team and I got shit to do. And 10, think before saying dumb shit. My security is armed and he will drag your ass out of here. And so the rules that caught people the most off guard was rule number 1 and rule number 2, which was, do not come in my studio if you ugly. Now, Mustard, so are you handling affairs outside the studio? Because I'm not trying to say that you the ugliest dude on earth, but you surely shouldn't be the one telling folks that they should not come in the studio if they look a certain way. Come on, DJ Mustard. He then went to clarify that. So he says, this has nothing to do with how you look. It's about the energy you are putting out. Yes, there is such thing as an ugly attitude and personality. So if your energy ain't right, stay your ugly ass at home. Your soul is what's going to shine here. What kind of bullshit is that? That was a way for him to clean it up. No. What I think it meant was originally he was talking about females. If you ugly, don't come in here. And he put it on social media and it backfired because most people was looking like, well, nigga, are you going in the studio or are you staying outside? So, yeah. The second one was, if you do not hit the gym today, go the fuck home. And people was like, no, your fat ass. Like, we know you're not going to the gym. So how could you possibly be saying that? And so he goes to say, this rule is to motivate. I'm not perfect, but I'm not who I was back then. I'm always trying to better myself. And yes, I hit the gym every day. And it's like, well, the rule is to motivate. That doesn't sound motivating at all. If you did not hit the gym today, go the fuck home. You don't know what kind of complications or what reasons people may have not been able to hit the gym to come to your studio. For crying out loud, you might have an old ass engineer coming to your studio to help you drop tracks, and you're telling that person if they haven't went to the gym today that they like. Some of this shit was like, the fuck, I wouldn't want to go to your studio, to be honest with you, and I'm not even a nobody, but this sounds like you got too many demands, too many demands, and like not even any human can meet this shit. Not even you can meet this shit. And what got me, this the shit that gets me, was be happy to even breathe the same air as a Grammy award winning 100 million record selling nigga like me. I'm happy just to breathe the air I'm breathing every day. So for people like this who have attitudes like this, yeah, it's best to not go in their studio and stay far away. Their karma will come back to them. I didn't know that he had this kind of air about himself, but yeah, he got his ass ate up about those comments, and I guess he went back to clean it up. It don't matter how much money you make or how successful you are in your career, you always have to maintain a certain level of integrity, a certain level of empathy, a certain level of respect and humility, and this just reeks. My shit don't stink. So yeah, you drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about DJ Mustard and his studio rules. Okay, I just have to mention this because I'm such I think I am driving the boat. I'm on the Navy ship. So Riri was at our Fenty show and she was promoting her album, and she gave us a small little snippet of what we should expect. So listen to what she had to say for all my Rihanna fans.
You're not gonna expect what you hear. That's, just put that in your mind. Like, whatever you know of Rihanna is not gonna be what you hear. I'm really experimenting, and music is like, it's like fashion. You should be able to play. I should be able to wear whatever I want, and I treat music the same way. So I'm having fun, and it's gonna be completely different. That's it.
Thank you.
And until next time, deuces.